Recording again.
It's just.
Did we figure out what episode this was yet?
366.
It is 366. Okay.
Yes.
So this week we have a very special guest on who's never been on the show before. I believe. What's your name again? Kate.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. And you have you're a Let's Player and a race car enthusiast. Is that right?
No. I'm a racist and a Let's Car enthusiast.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you
No,
not
actually-
dead name her? Her name is Vanilla Fury Show.
No, I actually haven't been on the show since you guys changed the name. So
No.
I
So
know.
yeah, technically, I guess that's true. I was only making a joke, but you're right. You technically have not been on this show.
it's been like what, 2 years?
At
Something
least.
like that.
Yeah, at least. I talk to you every week.
Well, yeah, I know.
If
Whoever
my
you
work
are.
schedule wasn't retarded, I would talk to you every week too. But
Well, instead I just have to commission you for Joe and Iki art.
you have to commission me to draw you guys as buff dudes and also like wedding invites.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you know,
So how you doing?
I've done lots of stuff since I've been gone.
Like what, liar?
Well, I got married. I
Oh.
went
Have you
to
been getting your
Europe
butt turned
twice.
inside out?
And my butt turned inside out working on my diploma for horse schooling
Oh, yeah.
and making awful Let's Plays that nobody watches.
It's true. I'm
Good
on
times.
those.
Yeah, I know. I've been getting shit done since I didn't have to waste time doing this.
That's not fair. I watched about 5 minutes of the Cho Aniki Let's Play.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty much it.
Oh, well, your horse school must have gotten canceled, right? Until further notice?
No, actually, because it's I'm doing it through like the distance education thing. So, like in theory, it's not canceled because if you are taking the courses and you have your own horses for courses, then you can just do the work and submit it online. So there's not actually like a campus to go to.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there would be if I lived in Ontario, but I don't. But I decided to skip the semester starting in May just because I wanted to wait and see until like if everything blew over, because they claim in the coursework that like you don't have to have a horse in order to like complete the assignments, but I've finished like 2 of the 10 now, and it's like you need to have a horse to complete the assignments unless you want to just like make things up. So yeah, I was gonna try and wait it out, but it seems like it's not gonna be open probably before September, so I'll probably just go. My next course is on nutrition anyway, so I probably don't actually have to go and poke and prod anything.
No, I guess not.
No, I felt all
Poke
grown up
carrots
because
at a horse's face until it eats one.
hey.
Hey, yeah, hey,
Yeah,
it's horses.
hey is too. No, I felt really important because I bought my own stethoscope and a really big thermometer that goes into unspeakable places.
Have you jacked off a horse yet?
No,
You-
although I might.
You
I
have
don't-
to.
I don't think so, but I actually was thinking like when I get into the part where I can like pick electives and stuff, I was probably going to go into like breeding and genetics and stuff. So
Oh,
maybe I
God.
will have to. I don't know.
Cool.
There's good money in that. You like.
No, breeding horses is easy. You leave 2 at the daycare, and then there's an egg, and then you ride around on your bike
Yeah.
for 5
Well, like,
minutes.
no,
until it
exactly.
hatches.
Exactly. I mean, just think about how many rich ass women breed poodles for fuck's sakes for
And then when the
how
horse-
much money. Hmm.
When the horse hatches with a fucking hardy nature, you throw it in the trash.
I mean, basically, yeah. That's actually one thing I learned that I had no idea of for years is that like the horse is like named at birth like a person, and like when you buy one, like it already has a name. It's not like a dog where you get to like
Oh,
pick it because it's got the name's got to go on like the papers for the lineage and shit.
do horses recognize their own names?
They can.
Huh.
Sometimes they don't feel like it, but they can.
Oh, well, okay. No,
I mean,
I
I mean, it stands to reason that if dogs can.
well, I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Maybe
it's
horses
like-
are more intelligent or less intelligent. I don't know.
It's pretty much like dogs. I mean, they can understand verbal commands, so they can therefore understand their own name. It's just a lot of the time they're not really interested.
So it's like a cat.
Yeah, kind of. You can. I mean, you can get to a point where you don't actually need to say anything if you know what you're doing. But
Huh.
I fucking Scooby-Dooed a horse with an invisible rope one time. I was really proud of myself. She just knew what the gesture of the rope was and walked with me, assuming that I really had one.
Oh, cool.
So I was just like mimed, like moving her around because she gotten outside of her paddock and she was like running around in circles, like freaking the fuck out because she was in heat, and it was like every boy horse up and down the aisle was just like the most exciting person ever.
Oh, it's like me.
So I got her to calm down with a nice game of mime. She thought I really had caught her and went with me quietly, which was nice. She's fucking gross though. Like this horse in particular is a huge slut. Like she's like human, horse, donkey, anything, fucking voracious, like winking her vag at everybody and like squirting like big slops of pee and stuff. And it's like, oh, that's appealing. It's awful. Don't get involved.
Where's this horse? Where's this horse? I want to go meet her.
You're making our audience unspeakably horny.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Look, no, it's up at the farm. You've been there, Matt.
Oh man,
that's where we
you
got
should've
married,
pointed
and I screamed at goats.
That was great. Shut up.
You're interrupting. It was rude.
I still can't believe that was 2 years ago or more now, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, just over 2 years. It was in May, so.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, these last 4 months have felt like 4 years. So.
I thought I could come on here and like impress you all with tales of traveling to London and Germany, and instead I'm talking about horse piss, which I should have known.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is like the second or third time I have to put animal husbandry as a show note.
Well, man, I don't know. It's my life, man.
It's just my thing, man. Don't kink shame me.
Yeah. Did you know my thermometer comes with a little like ropey clip thing that goes over their tail so it doesn't get sucked in?
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought it was for your wrist.
No, what the fuck? No, I just yank it.
No,
out
because then it'll suck the thermometer and her into the horse's ass.
Oh, Christ.
It's eating me!
Fucking, what's that movie, Evolution? No, I don't think so.
I tried watching that. That movie sucks.
Yes, it does.
It's so
really awful.
boring.
I kind of like it. It's as a stupid movie.
I watched a ton of movies, like just in the last few days, so I do have things to talk about.
Well, then we can get off the topic of horse piss.
No, I don't want to. No. Oh wait, I also forgot the other thing that we have, since we got absolutely roasted on YouTube for our video.
Oh my god!
3 years old about
the Final Fantasy
VII house. We named it that as a joke because we knew we didn't.
Podcast one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got absolutely roasted on fucking YouTube by this guy who, he really made me feel bad about myself because I hadn't had my pills yet. So this episode
was this recently?
Yeah,
because I thought I heard you say this before. So this happened again?
We get a comment complaining that we don't talk about the Final Fantasy VII house in that episode like once every couple months.
I guess they don't know the in joke that we named it that because it took fucking internet.
Well, no, they're autistic. All they care about is internet drama, so they they don't understand jokes.
So this episode, we're definitely I did my research. I have it all up. We're gonna talk about Final Fantasy VII house. But first, I thought we would talk about. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it because I got fucking roasted and I feel bad about myself. We're gonna talk about Final Fantasy house. But first,
I'm so glad you left your comment because the comment I was gonna leave is, man, naming this episode the Final Fantasy VII house was the greatest decision we ever made. But you had the way better clapback of what's the Final Fantasy VII house.
Well, like don't feel too bad because I mean a comment is a comment, right? That's YouTube thinks it's the same thing as a nice comment.
No, but,
so we got to name every episode after some dumb it came from the internet shit from now on.
Yeah, no, you need to have every thumbnail be matte outlined with a solid primary color, making a stupid face,
and then
it's got to be some
sort of
it's got to be some damn internet thing. Exactly.
Right.
You got to know how to work the game.
He showed, I know, but he showed me that it was wrong. It was wrong of us to name it that and have people waste their time.
It was wrong of us to lie on the internet.
Yeah, and wasting their time with our garbage. I don't want to read the whole thing. I was gonna read the whole thing. I just don't feel like pulling it up now. It was something about us making fun of Switzerland or Sweden or some damn shit. Like that was what I guess we said that at some point in the show. I was like, that's fair.
What we talked about last week.
Yeah, I know. This is 3 years ago, for God's sakes. But first, I watched the movie called Cat People. That was good.
Like wait, like the 40s one?
No, the 80s or 90s one?
Oh, fuck off then.
Is there a 40s movie called Cat People? And
it's
the same
good.
genre of ants with human legs?
No.
Is that the same genre?
No, Cat People, the movie Cat People is more like it's like a werewolf movie.
Yeah.
Is that the same one as the 40s?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Who made... I just thought it was
I will
cool
tell
because
you
the
when it
music is
came out.
composed by David Bowie.
People, 1942. There you go.
It's got Malcolm McDowell in it, and John Hurd.
It turned into Panthers.
Yeah, it's just a weird ass movie. I liked it a lot. It was strange.
Oh, so you know it was old Hollywood. It was released by fucking RKO.
Oh,
Jesus.
I don't have much to say about it because I saw it like 3 weeks ago. But the movies I saw recently were Hollow Man, and then I kept the Kevin Bacon train rolling with Stir of Echoes, and then I watched Manhunter, and then I was like, oh, I could watch a bad movie. Then I watched Sinister, and Sinister was. Have you seen Sinister? That horror movie from 2012. It's Ethan Hawke. He's a crime. He's a real crime.
He is a crime. Yeah.
He's a crime. What do they call it? A true crime. Sorry, true crime book writer. And he moves into a house that had multiple deaths in it. The movie opens up with like a family of 4 getting hung from a tree by somebody you don't see. Of course,
it sounds like what Slipknot.
Oh, so it's
does.
not going to be available on streaming in about
It's
2 weeks.
funny you say that. Sounds like something Slipknot would do, because the monster. So spoilers. There's no murderer. It's a demon called the Bagul, and he looks.
Oh God.
Yeah, and he looks like Slipknot.
Okay, see, I didn't remember what the movie was, but I remember Mike Stacklasa saying
Yes.
something about a Bagul problem,
Yeah.
like years and years ago. So thanks for awakening that
Yeah.
awful memory.
They definitely had a Bagul problem. I thought the movie was fucking hysterical. Like it's dumb as hell, but it's not filmed badly or anything. And the little 8mm like spooky vignettes are actually really well done. Like he finds all these like 8mm reels up in the attic, and it shows like the Bagul like recording these murders, and they're cool looking. I mean, they look like legit, like actually on film. That was cool. Everything else was stupid as hell, but I mean, it made me laugh. Christina was not having a good time, but I thought it was hilarious. I actually recommend that because it was so stupid.
I tried. Speaking of women not liking movies, go figure. I tried getting Corey to watch Miami Connection, and she didn't like it. Of course.
Oh, of
because
course.
As a woman, she doesn't understand irony or fun.
Well, that's what I was telling Christina. I told her, I was like, look, when she said this movie sucks, I'm like, look, how many times I gotta tell you? I tell you this all the time. You just don't understand comedy.
Well, I mean, women aren't funny, right? So.
No, they're not.
No, they really that's one thing I will defend to my fucking grave. They're just not.
Some women are funny. So the thing is,
No,
yes,
I'm
they
painting with
are.
the broadest of brushstrokes.
Okay, no, but I'm saying like I don't.
Glad I get to come on here and just like poke you guys with a stick and start arguments. It's great.
See, like you're funny. Christina
I'm not.
can be funny. No, I was gonna say like there's no. I don't think there's any funny female comedians anymore. Like stand-up comedians, but there's funny female writers.
dirty pussy.
Yeah, but there's funny female writers. Like if you give a woman enough time, she can come up with something funny.
Well, yeah, if you give anyone enough time, they can come up with something.
Sure.
It's
funny.
like the
Look at me.
monkeys and typewriters thing.
Yeah.
Right?
You put 1,000 women and 1,000 typewriters, they'll write you something that says you have white privilege.
Yeah, sure.
No, but the other movies I watched, that sucks. You know, like Miami Connection, but I kind of understand. I can understand.
Actually,
No,
You
I
wanna
mean,
talk about
I understand. I'm just mad about it.
What's up, Kate?
I was gonna say, you want to talk about getting triggered by our mostly spouses fucking not getting shit. I watched The Lost Boys last night, and John's sitting there trying to tell me it's not a comedy.
It is kind of.
The entire movie ends on a punchline.
Yeah,
It does.
You're trying to tell me it's not a comedy.
I wouldn't call it a straight up comedy. It's definitely more of a dark comedy if you want to get
Oh, but
specific.
it's like Tremors or Beetlejuice or
yeah.
The Frighteners or something like. It's like a fun Halloweeny movie, right?
I love
like
that
it's
movie.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, that's why you posted a
Don't
picture of that
defend
guy with
yourself.
the chains.
not. And the saxophone.
Saxophone man.
He's oiled up on the beach.
Yeah, he's great.
I don't know what that is, but that's not comedy.
Shush.
That's something else.
Get out of here. Get back in the dungeon.
I
Tell him no
still
gay people are allowed on this
believe-
show.
Yeah.
Bitch says no gays allowed.
No, but I love Lost Boys. I have a Blu-ray with 2 and 3 on it, and I'm like, I don't know, should I watch these?
Wait, there's a
No,
Lost
no,
Boys 2
God,
and
no.
3?
Yeah, no, they made them direct to video like in 2010.
Yeah.
Oh Christ!
It's
almighty.
awful, but they brought back Corey Feldman though.
Yeah.
Oh no!
As the vampire hunter.
You can't do that unless it's like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm.
It just can't. No, it's not good. Don't do it.
It upsets me that people make so much. Well, actually, Schumacher, like, didn't he just die?
Yeah, like
Well,
a month
Schumacher,
ago.
yeah.
That's why we
Yeah.
watched Lost Boys. I was like, oh, we gotta watch Lost Boys. But it sucks that people say he's such a bad director because it's like he makes one bad Batman movie and then people say he's trash forever. But he's made a lot of
Oh.
good things.
It's
I
like,
kinda
he's not one
like-
goat, right?
I kind of like the Phantom of the Opera,
I like the music in it, but I don't like the movie. I was really bored. The
but
only
it's
part I liked-
Gerard Butler.
Ugh. Someone
And
else on
Emmy
Twitter
Rossum.
just wrote. Someone else on Twitter wrote like why they keep they make him look less and less like a monster with every new iteration because horny, but it's like like the Family Opera. I'm watching it. I was like, what's wrong? There's nothing wrong with him. He like barely has a fucking scar. Like what the fuck? You watch the old ones. He looks like a fucking monster.
Yeah, true.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
I watched Tron and Tron Legacy this past week.
Tron Legacy sucks.
No, I kind of like Tron Legacy, honestly.
Ugh.
I know
don't
it's
like
not as
either.
good. It's probably not as good plot wise as the first one.
Well, the first one's not all that
but-
great either. That's good. 2K.
No, it's a very slow movie, but I'll tell you right now, I don't think a cooler movie has been made since Tron Legacy,
How do you mean?
like aesthetically.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
That
I'm
movie
a big
still
proponent
fucking
of Blade
rocks.
Runner too. Sorry.
No, I'm still. I gotta see 2049 yet.
No,
I
you
haven't
don't.
seen
That
it.
movie sucks. Also,
No, it's legit.
I'm
It's
gonna
good.
watch it. I'm gonna
No,
watch
no.
2049.
I guessed
Yes,
the,
it is.
I guessed the twist within the first scene, and I was so mad at myself.
That means the entire thing must be awful. I'm so sorry for you.
But it was awful
you-
because
No,
of
no.
because
That's
that guy.
true.
I hate that guy.
Kate, you don't understand. Matt's smarter than everybody.
That's
No,
not
he's
true.
still mad about Drive. That's what it's.
I am.
This is residual hatred for Drive. Yeah.
It's
With
true.
also, you know what? Also, probably pretty cool of an aesthetic movie to come out after Tron Legacy.
Yeah, and he did say aesthetics, not fucking plot, right?
Well,
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, the movie
So
looks
eat
good.
my
Tron
ass.
Legacy still looks fucking sick. I don't care who you are.
No, I don't know. I didn't think it looked as good compared. I know this is gonna sound strange, but like the first Tron, I think looks better because it's so bizarre looking.
No, I agree with you to a certain level, but like, I don't know. Like, Tron Legacy feels like
I'm
we're
just
gonna
not,
make the movie that this was going for, but
Yeah.
now we actually have the technology to back it up.
I'm just not impressed by
And
it.
I'm sorry, Olivia Wilde has never looked hotter than when she was Cora.
Oh, all right, that's fair. But I'm just
Has
saying.
she ever been hot?
The only thing I don't like about Tron Legacy is the fact that like Jeff Bridges leans super hard into just being the dude in that movie.
Yeah.
He's not the same. He's not Kevin Flynn in that movie. He's just the dude.
Olivia Wilde looks like a fucking wish. What are you talking about? Jesus Christ.
Wait, what? Olivia Wilde now probably looks like a witch. Yeah, no, she was hot in that movie when she had
Okay.
like the weird what do you call it? Just basically it's because she's wearing a shitload of eyeshadow and she has these weird like diagonal.
Oh, is she
bangs.
the chick from that?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, because I've only ever seen her in the Kingdom Hearts cutscenes, so I don't know.
No,
don't know what
she's
she actually
fucking.
looks like.
She's cute as shit in Tron Legacy
Okay.
because she's got like a short bob haircut, and then she gets taken out of the virtual world, and then what's his nuts is gonna bone her and create weird like half human, half computer children.
Do you lust after fucking Lilu Dallas then too?
Yes, who doesn't?
Well, Okay.
I also bought Shoot 'Em Up because I haven't seen that in a long time. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, I used to like that movie.
I probably will like this movie anyway because I specifically remember there being a scene where he has sex with Monica Bellucci while killing a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, which Drive Angry ripped off in its entirety. That's
I watched Drive Angry years ago, but I wasn't really paying attention when
Yeah.
I was.
I also
So-
liked that movie too. I mean, it's not good.
Also, the great thing about Shoot 'Em Up is Paul Giamatti's a bad guy.
Yeah, no, that movie. I had a lot of fun watching that movie. I just haven't
Kind
seen
of
it
anything
forever.
with Paul Giamatti is great.
I guess.
I'll fucking watch Big Fat Liar.
What the hell is that?
That's the
that
movie where
the
he
guy
turns blue.
Yeah. Not have the Disney
With
channel.
Freddie, with Malcolm in the Middle, and the Nickelodeon girl who got raped a bunch and went crazy.
Which one?
Amanda Bynes. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Man, I used to have a crush on her.
Yeah. What about now?
Not so much anymore. Usually, when people destroy themselves with like serious drugs, it's not super sexy anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matt will know this already because I said this on Friday, but I watched Natural Born Killers recently,
Oh yeah.
And on the extras, they had interviews with like drug era Robert Downey Jr. He looks like a fucking skeleton. He's usually handsome as shit, but holy Christ.
Yeah, everyone kind of
Like the
forgot
living
about that
dead.
era once the Marvel Cinematic Universe happened, right?
Everybody forgot about everything once the cinematic
I'm also mad
universe
because I
happened.
can't buy fucking Tropic Thunder
Awful.
anywhere, and I want to before it's
Really?
legal. Yeah, I've checked like Amazon, Walmart, shit, because I want it on Blu-ray because there's specifically a joke in
Sure.
that movie, or at least a conversation about like how Blu-ray won because porn was on Blu-ray and not HD DVD. So I'm like, well, I have to own this movie on Blu-ray. It
You
talks
should own
about
it on
doing
HD
that in the
DVD.
movie. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I'll play it on my Xbox 360 that I got.
Fuck. Oh, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang was when I remembered him coming back, like not being
That's
drugged
yes,
out.
yes, correct. That's a great
I
movie.
watched that movie and I was like, wow, he's really good. I've always heard that he sucked. Like,
No, any movie that has somebody peeing on a corpse is like A+.
I don't remember that movie at all. I gotta watch it again.
It's great.
I remember really liking it. No, wait, until we get too far into the podcast, we really should talk about Final Fantasy VII House.
Okay.
Let me bring that.
Okay.
Actually, but first, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about before that?
Yeah, not the Final Fantasy VII House.
Not the Final Fantasy VII House. I don't know. I could talk about Star Trek briefly because they had their really awful Comic-Con virtual panel, but I don't think anybody actually cares about that.
No, I care. Also, I want you to talk about that. I finally saw a clip of the cartoon. I didn't know actually existed. Jesus.
Oh, okay. So no, there's two cartoons going to be made. There is the awful Rick and Morty one, and then there's the awful Nickelodeon one. All right, so that was actually like the only announcement from the panel that actually had any sort of like real news.
I'm sorry, the Nickelodeon one. What?
Yeah. So
that
like I said, they're making a 2D animated series like Rick and Morty.
I know of that one.
And it looks okay. That looks awful.
Yeah.
There's going to be a second cartoon on Nickelodeon called Star Trek Prodigy, and the fact that it's called Star Trek Prodigy is the only like actual substantial announcement from that panel. And everything, like it's it's damage control, right? Where it's like they're going after anybody who posts a clip from it, and they've blocked the comments and whatever. Because I mean, like long story short, like nothing is happening, right? Like Discovery, they talked about season 3. They didn't talk about anything past that, probably because there's not going to be anything. Thank goodness.
What about Picard?
Yeah, Picard, they didn't really say much about season 2 except for the usual, like political statements from the actors about how they're so relevant and all that shit. So again, nothing much of substance there. I mean, the rumors going around is that Amazon was like pretty unhappy with how season 1 did. So and at that point, like, Patrick Stewart is like 870. So I mean, you can't.
Well, he needed a
you
stunt
can't
double
really
to run up the stairs.
Yeah, so like in California, you can't make a show like that right now anyway, right?
No.
Like even if it was going well. So
no, essential workers such as hairdressers have to go back to work, or they'll be arrested by secret police. But but celebrities, no, we're sorry, we want to keep them safe and secure in their giant mansions.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so there's the Section 31 show they announced, which was a spinoff of Discovery, which was awful and absolutely nobody wanted, with Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
And so there was total silence on that. Absolutely no mention of it. I don't think it'll happen. The Captain Pike show, they talked about how the writer's room is working on it. There's supposed to be like 10 scripts, but there's no release window. And there's not any distributor for it. So in other words, nobody's actually bought the show yet. They're just like they're writing scripts on spec, hoping that somebody will pick it up. So, and then there's also zero mention of fourth JJ movie or a Tarantino Star Trek or Tarantino Tar Trek, or any further films of any kind. And yeah, I mean, so Prodigy has the distribution with Nickelodeon. Obviously, Lower Decks is so cheap they don't really need outside funding. But right now, they still don't have an overseas distributor. So you can watch Lower Decks on TV in Canada. You can watch it on All Access in the States. Anywhere else, like if you live in Europe or Asia, wherever, like there's no way to legally watch Lower Decks. For Star Trek is kind of disgusting. So basically, the long story short is they keep pitching a bunch of projects that nobody really wants, and they're having real trouble like attracting actual distribution. And I think that there's basically there's there's definitely substance behind the rumors that things are not going well, because otherwise they would have more shit to talk about at the panel, basically. Because like even if they can't film stuff right now, you'd think that they would be able to at least like sell things
Yeah.
to like Amazon or Netflix or whoever. Because I mean that's the most persistent rumor is like Netflix is hooked into co-fund Discovery and were really disappointed with how that turned out, and then Amazon was hooked into co-fund Picard and they were really disappointed with how it turned out. So I think that's kind of it.
Well, you said Picard was like kind of half good, right?
Yeah, it was better than Discovery. It was an improvement, definitely. It was still not good. I mean, it was like mediocre instead of an outright dumpster fire. So like, if they keep going in that direction, eventually they might make a good show, but
Maybe.
I don't know if I would say it's like worth sitting down to watch.
I guess Marvel's like in the same boat right now, right? Not that they can't sell their stuff, but they can't film their stuff, because wasn't there like supposed to be, there was that, remember that picture, that terrifying picture of all like Loki, like all these shows that were supposed to come out on Disney Plus, but like I doubt they're coming out.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think anybody can film much of anything right now in California.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Fucking
saying.
Mulan got delayed indefinitely.
I just think it's. I mean, that's a different kind of. It's hilarious. It's like Star Trek's got the problem of they can't even sell their ideas, but even if they could, they wouldn't be able to film it right now anyway.
Well, if you want to, and this is just rumor that I've heard going around the Trekkie kingdom. That apparently, so Discovery is shot in Toronto at the Pinewood Studios there.
Okay.
And apparently there have been photos going around. I haven't seen them, but apparently there's photos going around of the Discovery sets being dismantled there. And so I mean, because the border is closed, right? So like even if they wanted to, like they can't come and film stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So apparently what they're like desperately trying to edit the third season, because they like squeaked in one last set of reshoots, but now they still need more stuff because the editing is not going well and it doesn't make any sense without stuff that they didn't film. So, I mean, I don't know how true that is, because I bet you dollars to donuts when the third season of Discovery comes out, it won't make any sense anyway.
Yeah.
Because that show's really, really stupid. So, I mean, who knows if that rumor is actually true or not. I just thought it was funny. It's like, oh shit, we really shouldn't have gotten rid of those sets.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them, basically. I mean, that's like I think that it's incredible just how bad the all access shows have been, because like even when Enterprise was canceled, right, or like between the original series and Next Generation, like the fan base was still there and like really engaged and wanted more.
Engaged.
And now, but now it's like fucking nobody is interested in Star Trek. Even old Trekkies are like going over to Orville and shit. Like they don't want any of this crap. They've done so much damage to the franchise. I don't know if they can ever get out of it.
Man, remember when I had long hair? I'm looking at the Discord.
Yeah, someone posted an old picture of Matt, and I'm like, wow, man, I have a gold mine of these fucking things.
I forgot that Alex doesn't actually have a head that's like 2 feet tall in real life.
It's like that. It's like the Chad picture where it. Did you shave? Yes, and he's got like a chin that's like receding into his jaw.
Yeah, that was me.
When Alex actually cuts his hair, he's got like the fucking caved in skull like that.
Nice.
What was I gonna say? Oh, it's just funny to me how the Star Trek's so fucking bad, but the newest season of and Star Wars is so fucking bad too. But then you have the Clone Wars television show that hadn't been on air for like 10 years or something, comes out with this last season, and it's like mostly awesome. It's basically it's 3 separate.
It makes me jealous. It makes me jealous of the Star Wars fans, because like you guys, I mean, you Star Wars fans collectively, like you have little lifelines like Mandalorian or Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Star Trek is like all shit all the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, it kind of always has been, but like now it's
all
really
shit
bad.
all the time.
All shit. Hey Matt, do you still have that picture from my reception where you're like sitting in a dark corner by yourself after we cleaned everything up?
I believe so, somewhere. It was on my Facebook, but my Facebook's done.
Probably my favorite picture that's ever been taken of you.
Oh.
The dark corner one, not this of you holding a sword and looking like a retard.
Oh, okay. No, but those scripts the stories had been written like back when they were still writing the show. So it makes me wonder, can anything good be written now? Let's see. Oh, well, Mandalorian was good. So.
I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I think like a lot of sci-fi franchises. I mean, Doctor Who as well. Like they need to just like fire everyone and start over
Are
again.
you sure? I thought they just needed more diversity.
Yeah, I mean, they thought that too, and yet the viewership continues to decline, and the fan base gets more and more pissed off.
Oh, weird.
That's strange.
That's strange. It's almost like how the
You-
comic books need more
It's
diversity.
the SpongeBob screenshot where they have Sega on his head and Bomb Rush Cyberfunk on the grill. He's like, they seem to like it when they get what they want.
Yeah,
You saw
imagine
that announcement, right? The Jet Set Radio spiritual sequel that someone's making because Sega's not going to do it.
No.
I did not see that, but I also
So the Lethal League team, Team Reptile, who already works with Hideki Naganuma, the composer of Jet Set Radio,
Oh.
is making a new game that's basically Jet Set Radio called Bomb Rush Cyberfunk, and it looks fucking rad.
if it doesn't have Super Brothers, I don't know if I can.
It's got
I can
Hideki
go with that.
Naganuma's doing the soundtrack.
Is he?
Yeah,
Is
he
that-
already I just said he already did music for them for Lethal League, so they already.
Well,
have
I
like,
don't
a working
fucking know
relationship.
everything. Okay, like you know damn well that I live under a rock. I don't play new games.
Oh well,
I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on, man. I don't even know
he's
why
got
I'm
a working
here.
relationship with them, so he's doing the music for this game. Basically, it looks like Jet Set Radio, and it's going to sound like Jet Set Radio. So
Actually,
It is Jet Set Radio and
motherfucker, I
everything's
have
done.
you. I have you on backloggery. You know damn well that the last game I finished was fucking Alien Hominid. Okay.
Christ.
Wow, good for you though. That game's so hard.
Good for you finding a fucking copy of that. Oh God, someone posted that picture of me on the Germany trip.
Ah, it's a German trip.
Oh, of course it's Sebastian.
Yeah.
God,
Well, 'cause
you
he
look like
used that
such a
picture, so-
fag.
I know, and I'm like, man, why did I get bullied in high school?
I felt bad. I was like, fucking. Every time I mention my German trip, Bob gives me shit because apparently I went to a bad city that he doesn't like.
Oh,
Yes, he's like, you went to Aachen? Ah, I hate you. It's a terrible place. I was like, oh, okay. Like, well, you know, when you're traveling, you don't actually have to worry about real life stuff. So it doesn't matter to me if it's a shitty place.
I don't remember what city we went to where no one spoke fucking English, but it was something off the tourist like trail, and a bunch of kids were surprised that we were English speakers there. That was pretty cool.
I mean, I don't know if we were entirely off the beaten track because I mean, we went there to see a cathedral, so they get a lot of like Catholic.
Well, every fucking
pilgrim
German town has like 5 cathedrals. So it's
No,
like-
but okay, so but the one in Aachen is very famous because it's one of the oldest like standing cathedrals in Europe, and that was where King Charlemagne used to go for his service because it used to be his palace. It was the city hall. So that you get a lot of pilgrims and things because they have a lot of relics that they only take out every 7 years and da, 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 da. So there's lots of people that speak English for sure. And I mean, I think like most of Germany, at least the younger generation, speaks like pretty okay English. So we got by with miming and pointing and stuff, except for one time at our fucking hotel, you had these little like tokens for breakfast every day, and every day you put your, there was like Monday, Thursday, whatever, you put your Monday token in the breakfast thing on Monday. Our last day there, it was a Saturday. We were leaving at like 5 a.m. on Sunday to get on the train back to Cologne, and then from there to the airport and everything. And I was like, well, we're not going to have breakfast on Sunday at 5 a.m. So on Saturday, I put the Sunday one in their little thing with my Saturday chip, thinking that would be convenient because now they have them both, and I don't have to wake somebody up at the desk and leave my one little chip there with them. And they tracked me down. Like somehow they knew it was me that put that in there, and they're like, "You put in 2." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but I'm not going to be here." And they're like, "Yeah, but it is Saturday. You cannot put the Sunday one on Saturday." I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Don't fuck
Like,
with the
no,
Germans.
I know, but
They're
I won't.
very
I
efficient.
won't be here on Sunday, but it is not Sunday. Leave it. It's like, okay.
we will ask the questions.
Basically, yeah. Oh fuck, that was the best thing about going to that cathedral though. On the English tour, there was this guy there who looked exactly like Matt. I swear to God, it was like Catholic Matt. And when they took us up to the top floor and they were showing us like the Charlemagne's little throne and stuff, he'd watch the services. He was like, this guy was like asking the guide who did not speak the best English, like deep cut questions about the Bible. He was like, Is that like St. Peter who was stoned in Solomon's temple? I'm like, what? And she's like, maybe. Like, I kind
I
of
see
hoped it
Matt
was you.
everywhere
but-
in everything. I've been playing the Final Fantasy VII remake, and I've seen two characters that look like Matt. One who looks like regular Matt, and one who looks like Jewish Matt.
So be
Well,
that.
well, if you found Jewish Matt and I've got Catholic Matt, we got to find the Muslim Matt.
Oh, well,
yeah.
that's
Complete the
pretty.
set.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah,
Oh.
you are a bit swarthy, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, well, since you mentioned Final Fantasy VII, we should talk about Final Fantasy VII House.
No,
Okay, fine. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Actually, but first, I want
an
to
ad for Blue Chew.
Yeah, for Blue Chew. Oh yeah, let me talk about Blue Chew. Man, I love listening to really old fat white guys talk about how their dicks get real hard. Oh man, that's my
Which
favorite part.
which
that what we
podcast
do?
are you specifically referencing with this bit? Because
Uh,
Blue Chew's just like a podcast. Like every podcast has Blue Chew ads.
oh,
except for
the
ours.
only one I've heard is grilling Jr. Jr. from WWE,
No.
Jim Ross.
No.
The
Oh,
announcer.
oh my God! That guy?
Yeah, the by God, the other guy that his co-host on the show, who's also huge and fat, he talks about how JR loves to fuck and he takes Blue Chew and he gets his dick real hard. It's fucking awful and I hate it.
It's every podcast, man. The only ones that I like those ads for are Come Town though, because they usually just turn it into a bit
Well, sure.
where he's like he couldn't read the ad correctly, kept stuttering, so then he just pretended to be this character that like can't read the ad because he's too busy remembering getting fucked as a kid in like a back of a van.
Huh.
And then he's just throwing in like little disclaimers, just like, you're not allowed to use these pills if you're gay. And they're like, that's not true. You can't say that. He's like, I was just kidding. You're allowed to use these pills if you're gay, unless you live in Boston. Then you're not allowed to use these pills if you're gay.
Is this what the show's come to? Is just you repeating bits from other podcasts?
Yes.
Hometown sucks.
I'm so glad that I left.
Yeah.
Hometown's great.
Can I talk about Hollow Man?
Yeah, you can talk about Kevin Bacon's cock if you want.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon's cock was in that movie. It was pretty cool. I liked it.
Was it a chode or was it a long boy?
Somewhere in between.
So about average. Do you think it was au naturel or was there some enhancement
No, it was
from
natural.
the effects guys?
It wasn't like
Can I
that guy's
talk about-
dick in Grand Theft Auto 4.
Can I talk about Invisible Man?
Huh?
Can I
Is
talk
that the
about
new one?
Yeah.
The new one about sexists?
What movie? What?
Yeah, Invisible Man with the ugly chick from the Handmaid's Tale.
No, let me talk about Hollow Man first, and then you can
No,
talk about
no,
your
my
movie,
review-
and then we can compare the two.
Oh, I didn't actually see Invisible Man. I just wanted to say my review of it is that men bad.
Oh, what do you suck?
Oh.
Is it a Blumhouse?
I think it is actually.
Sinister was a
It
Blumhouse.
is indeed a Blumpkin production.
Blumpkin production.
No, sorry, that really caught me off guard, and then I laughed like a fucking idiot. Like it's one of those laughs where like you didn't get to breathe in before.
Oh, that's why they pay me the no bucks.
Yeah. No, I didn't like Hollow Man when I saw it when I was younger. I guess whenever it came out in 2000, I was like 16 or whatever. And it's still not a good movie, but I was able to laugh at it, enjoy it for what it was. I thought the special effects were pretty decent. Even I mean, like for the time, they look awful and cartoony now. At the time, it must have been pretty, I don't know, impressive. Also, it's a Verhoeven flick. I had no idea. The same guy
It is?
did,
Really?
yeah, the same guy.
Showgirls and RoboCop and all that.
Total
shit.
Recall. I was
Starship
like, holy
Troopers.
fuck. So it's a well-made movie. The real problem, the reason why the movie isn't good is because Kevin Bacon's character is an asshole right off the bat. But they set up all this stuff like oh, the gorilla's going crazy because we injected him with this quantum. They don't just turn invisible. It's something about going out of like phase flux or some shit. So it's like, oh, it's driving them nuts the longer they're invisible. But like Kevin Bacon's just an asshole right away, and he's really rapey. Like that's the only thing I can remember about this movie was that he's really rapey, and the other character it just said something really weird when he was looking at a magazine with a naked girl in it, and then it was, man, I'd suck the tits right off of her, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah, I don't think that kind of story works if he's a dick to begin with.
No, well, I saw the original Invisible Man like forever ago, and I don't remember it, but apparently he's just a guy who wants to be invisible to be a dick. So I guess it's not straying too far from the original source material, I guess.
I mean, I actually read Invisible Man
Oh,
Is
like
that the
6
book?
months.
Is that the book about the Invisible Man or the book about the black guy? Because I read the latter.
I thought
No,
you
no,
were
no,
gonna
no,
say, "Is that supposed to impress me?" You read a
No,
book?
H.G. Wells, fuckface.
Yeah.
No, so I read that about like 6 months ago, and I hadn't actually
Oh.
read the original book before. Yeah, basically in the novel, he's a scientist basically, and he turns himself invisible because um basically because of curiosity, because like he accidentally turned his cat invisible or something, and like down to just like its eyeballs, and he was like, huh, that's weird. So I should probably look into that. So he turns himself invisible, but the problem is like he pretty much immediately realizes that by like being invisible kind of sucks, and you can't really get anything done because like as soon as you do anything, people freak out and they like come after you. So like it's this horrible chain of events where it's like, you know, the landlord's freaked out because at me. I have to go out on the street. I don't have clothes. So I try to rob clothes from the store, but the store is, there's like watchmen when the store is closed, and he comes after me. And there's an old man in a house, and I have to kill him because he knows there's somebody there, and he won't stop looking for me. And it's like on and on and on. So eventually, it just becomes like this murderous asshole trying to like find a way to not be invisible at any cost.
Oh yeah. See, that sounds a little better than Hollow Man because he's just an asshole immediately.
I mean, the guy in Invisible Man, like he's kind of an asshole to start with because like I think I remember right, like part of the problem with his landlord is that like he's doing all these weird and noisy experiments up in the attic or whatever, but like he doesn't have any money, so he hasn't been able to pay the rent, and they're coming to kick him out and shit like that. So I mean, I don't know if he's he wasn't murderous, but he was certainly an asshole to begin with. But the point more is that when you have the temptation to kind of like be able to do anything, are you going to be like, stick to any kind of principles, or are you going to be an asshole?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the same for this movie too, but it's just none of the characters are very likable, so that's the problem. I mean, the problem for me. I mean, maybe that isn't a problem for some. I mean, the movie,
No,
like I said,
it's a problem because you can't have a story about like temptation to be a dick or like a gradual turn into madness if you're a shithead already. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's how
it's
I
just
feel.
supposed to be kind of a contrast, right?
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Now, the other movie I watched with Kevin Bacon was Stir of Echoes, which actually was really good. I like that a lot. It's a spooky ghost story, but it wasn't it wasn't spooky, but it was good.
I bought that on Blu-ray because it was cheap, and I was kind of pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, right.
Like,
It kind of reminded me.
it's not bad.
It reminded me of like one of the better adapted Stephen King movies, books, even though it wasn't a Stephen King book, but it felt like that kind of a movie to me. Like The Dead Zone. It felt a little bit like that. Like somebody who suddenly gets powers and doesn't know how to deal with them.
Yeah, I don't know. Like to me, it kind of like it felt like something that would have been like a pretty decent like Buffy or X-Files episode, something that really needed to be a feature film, but I mean, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I liked it. There's a second one apparently, but I don't know how good that's going to be.
Yeah, that's probably in the same boat as the Lost Boys sequels. Just don't do it.
Yeah,
just don't do it. The best part of that movie is the dream sequence when he's in the chair in the theater.
Yeah, that was very Lynchian, I thought.
After that, it's basically just Kevin Bacon digging a massive hole in his backyard and pissing off his wife.
It's great.
Drinking orange juice all fucking day.
Like Sinister compared to Stir of Echoes was like complete opposites, because it's like Stir of Echoes like took place over. I mean, you got a sense of it. They lived in an actual world. There was other sets. Sinister, he's just in that house. I don't think he goes anywhere else. And it's just like, and he's just doing things like, wow, you're a dick. Like,
man, maybe there's nothing but the house.
Oh, maybe. Well, it reminded me of this other movie. I can't remember what it was, but it was like, it's the same kind of, I think it's a ghost demon thing where they escape the house, they move away, but then the twist is that they never did move away. And I'm like, what movie was that? Did that also have Ethan Hawke in it?
I don't know. I mean, that sounds kind of like Insidious, where they move into the house, they're being haunted. They move out of the house, and it turns out it's like the kid is being haunted, not the house.
Oh, yeah, okay. Then
so like wherever they go, it's going to be haunted anyway, so they got to deal with that.
I actually liked Insidious also. Oh, not that it's
Insidious
good.
is a good movie.
It reminded me more of like an 80s horror movie, like with action and shit like that. I liked it.
I think they said Poltergeist was like a big inspiration for that one.
Oh, I can totally see that.
Makes sense, consider like when they brought in like the weird medium and like her two cronies.
Yeah,
it was kind of like they were like kind of funny, but then like shit started popping off.
Insidious is better than Sinister, but then Stir of Echoes is better than both of those movies. We'll just
Yeah, well, Stir of Echoes is written by the same guy that wrote the Jurassic Park movies. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
like Michael Crichton or
No, David Culp or whatever. He's like the
screenwriter?
screenplay screenwriter for the Jurassic Park movies.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, at least the first two. I don't think he stuck around for like Jurassic Park 3 or anything like that, but
Probably not. Well, they asked Michael Crichton to write a second book just because the first movie was so popular, profitable.
oh, is that why?
Yeah.
That second, because I've read both the books. The first book I would say is even better than the movie. Like I would love like a mini series adaptation of that book like verbatim. The second book is boring as fuck. It's like Ian Malcolm standing around talking about evolution for like 400 pages, and occasionally somebody gets eaten by a dinosaur.
Yeah. Because he probably just didn't have his heart in it for that one.
Probably not. The saving grace of the Lost World movie is that there was two black kids in the book. The movie only has one.
I thought
Annoying
there was two
kid.
black kids. Yeah.
Ugh, it's terrible.
Because the brother hardly. It's like they didn't even combine the characters like how they'll do with book to movie. They just dropped the brother entirely.
He wasn't the brother. I think he was just a friend from school or something.
Oh yeah.
It's like a hot tamale on a spicy day. I don't know.
Ooh. Oh wait, we gotta talk about Final Fantasy VII House.
Oh, for fuck's sakes! This is exactly the kind of thing I left the podcast for because
Right.
I don't care about this.
I know. But first, what, you got something else, Mitch?
What? So there's a book about a black guy called Invisible Man. I don't know who the author is, but I read that in junior high or high school for a book project, thinking it was the H.G. Wells one, and then being confused when it was about a black guy. And then like we had to draw like a piece of art or something related to the book we read. So there is a very cursed picture somewhere that probably got destroyed when my mom moved out of her old house of like, when like people on DeviantArt draw what they think is like a good looking realistic picture of someone. I drew like a realistic looking black guy that probably doesn't look that good and it looks super cursed. And I'm sure all the black kids in my class were like, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of this nigga. Like
I wonder if your teacher was confused as to like, where's the bandages and the sunglasses?
that was what I said. I
Yeah.
might have even prefaced the book report with like, I thought this was the one about the guy who turns invisible, but it's some sort of like weird social commentary thing, so I don't fucking know.
I think my most embarrassing English class fuck up is I was in bad kid school after getting expelled. I was trying to like finish up the last few courses I had to do before I could graduate. Never did, but I tried for a while. So it was 12th grade English, and it was, I mean, being bad kid alternate school, it was pretty self-directed. So I'm going through the assignments for The Tempest, the Shakespeare play. And in that play, there's a character called Ariel. And because of The Little Mermaid, I assumed Ariel was a girl. And then it was like somewhere into like Act 3 or something where it finally like somebody referred to Ariel as he. And I think I wrote just like in block letters on my assignment paper, holy shit, or something. And the teacher came over and talked to me. He was like, I was waiting for you to find that out.
I had to give a book report as Master Chief because I read The Fall of Reach, and we had to give a book report as one of the characters from the book we read.
You faggot.
I think I would kill myself if that ever happened.
I was like, "Hello, my name is John 117. I'm Spartan."
Oh no!
You weren't one of the monkeys, the monkey men.
God, dude, did you see that picture of the whole dev team being chicks?
That's not. Look, I don't think that's real because
I don't care. It makes it funny.
Okay, but the 343 or whatever the hell, the sign in the back looks photoshopped as hell.
Look, whatever I can use to point out that women are bad at doing everything.
I'm glad
That's all I care about.
They're even bad at being women.
That's the only thing I've heard about the show since I left is like Matt telling me that you've become like an actual racist. I'm so happy that's true. I'm glad for you.
If there's one thing that dating a black chick will do to you, it turns you really racist and misogynist really fast.
Oh, of course.
How about Ella's Real 2041?
Yeah, no, explain that to me too, because I'm not really sure what that's about. I mean, I have an idea.
Ella's Real
source code for a bunch of old games got leaked, including Mario 64, and people were able to find out that Luigi was actually supposed to be in the game at some point, according to some files, which is crazy because we found that out 24 years and 1 month after the game released.
So that is real. It's
real
not someone didn't actually put that in. It is real.
As far as we know, yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't think the star is actually. I don't think it didn't just say Eternal Star and it was a blurry texture. I thought that was the explanation.
But people also thought it said El is real 2401.
I know they thought
it's just crazy that we found
also
out.
thought you could find the missing Triforce piece and shit
Yeah.
like that. Like there was all kinds of bullshit. I
It's
cannot
just-
fuck. If I had $1 for every time I heard about fucking Mew 3 on the playground, I would have been able to buy you as a slave.
Yes, Kate, I know. I'm not lending any credence to the rumor. I just think it's cool that we found out Luigi is in fact real in the game 24 years and 1 month after the fact.
Okay.
Like, that's really cool and
I'll allow
serendipitous
it.
and weird.
I'll allow it. That's fine. Go ahead.
You can allow it or not. It happened.
No.
It's currently happening. Everyone on Twitter's going Luigi crazy.
I don't pay, like fucking you Nintendo drones.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. All you play is what did you just beat? Hurdy-gurdy or whatever the
Yeah, hurdy-gurdy. I actually had that and I sold that. I didn't actually play it.
Of course you had hurdy-gurdy.
There's one fat kid in shop class in high school that like loved that game, and it was like the most weirdest thing ever. Like, who loves hurdy-gurdy?
Apparently fat kids in shop class.
Apparently fat kids in shop class.
who's hurdy-gurdy?
Hurdy-gurdy was a shitty PS2 game that.
Oh, with the bear.
It's with the
Sure,
bear
yeah.
thing. I mean, it actually looked kind of interesting because like it had that sort of like Disney lighting to it.
Yeah.
Like it was sort of like Mark of Cree, where it looked like a cartoon. It just wasn't very good.
I also beat Astrobot for the PSVR. That game's awesome. It's a VR game.
Okay.
He plays Astrobot.
Technology bad.
Yeah.
No, it's I've probably said it on a couple shows in the past, but Astrobot is cool because like it's actually Sony being almost as creative as Nintendo when it comes to like let's put this fun thing in this level and then never do it again. It's just,
bad.
there's a lot of personality in that game. I like it. It's very cool. And I got it for $10, which is like a great price for that fucking game. I also bought Final Fantasy 15 Monster of the Deep. I haven't played it yet, but it is just a VR game where you fish in the world of Final Fantasy 15.
Oh my god, what's wrong with you?
Yes. Well, because Sony was like, "Hey, it's like the 10th anniversary of PlayStation Plus, so here's $10 free in your PlayStation account." I'm like,
You
"Oh,
idiots
cool."
have been paying for that for 10 years.
I mean, it used to be really worth it. It still kind of is, especially now that you need it to play online. But apparently, they're not going to enforce that with the PS5, so that's cool, I guess.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Look,
if you're gonna pay,
because
if
you
you're
have
gonna
an
pay to
aversion
play
to
online, you're
spending
gonna
money
pay.
on anything except for fucking Graffiti Kingdom for PS2 doesn't mean that other people feel that same way.
Fuck you! I paid for Final Fantasy 11 subscriptions in the year of our Lord 2019.
Yeah. Anyway,
okay?
you have room to fucking talk.
Yeah, I do.
I gotta pay another $15 this month so I can play fucking Treasures of Ottergon.
That's a great expansion, though.
I forget which one was the one that's shitty. Is it what's the one with the imprimaturs?
That one is. I'm pretty sure that actually is Ottergon, but this like the story for Ottergon is good. But the thing is like by the time I started playing 11, which was like 2017, like
Jesus.
it was. No, but like they had patched the game, so you can pretty much solo everything, and like you don't. And you gain XP real fast, so you don't have to worry about.
The only reason I know this shit is because I listened to all the FF11 episodes that Ultima Final Fantasy did because it's like, well, I'm never gonna play FF11 or 14, so I might as well listen to all these episodes.
No, Imprimators actually is Seekers of Adolan. That was like the last like.
Yeah,
like,
I think that was the one they said they didn't like.
that was the last big expansion you had to buy, and then there was Rhapsodies of Vana'diel, which was like the end of the storyline. But that was like I'm pretty sure that was like a free patch or something.
Apparently,
like that.
fucking 14 is free to play now up to level 60, and you can play through all of Heaven's Word for free.
Oh, well,
That's-
I have the PC discs for both of them, so I should
Nice.
probably install that at some point. But I mean, I got bored with 11 because
It's a bad game.
no, it's really good. I find it like really cozy, believe it or not. And the problem is that my link shell kind of dissolved twice in like I guess Guild Drama, which I guess that's the MMO experience. But with 11, like if you lose a group of people, it's like where are you going to find them?
Yeah.
They're still usually
Call of
like
Duty Finder.
I mean, not really. There's still like 2,000 to 3,000 people on the server. Whenever you log in, but it's just that a lot of those people are really high level and at that point kind of elitist. And there's also lots of bots, but because I finished all the storylines and stuff, and then after that it's it's the typical MMO like end game gear grind, and if you don't have people that you like to do that with, it's fucking boring. So I haven't
Were
been
you a
subscribed for like a year.
Lalafell, or were you one of the cat people?
There aren't any Lolafels in 11, but
Well,
no,
what's the
I was
fucking midget class called?
Tarutarus.
Whatever. Yeah, sure.
No, I wasn't. I was an Elvon.
You could always play Terra where everyone plays as the lolly class.
Mm, beautiful.
Mm.
Beautiful. Yeah. No. I got pretty good at 11
I was
actually.
playing Terra for a long time, and I'm like, this game looks specifically targeted at pedophiles because everyone's playing the lolly class,
Well,
except
it is Japan.
I don't know if Terra's Japanese.
Oh, I'm
Hold
sorry.
on.
No, I was not talking about Final Fantasy anymore. It was like once you got to the higher level in game content in 11 anyway, I was starting to have trouble because like the Link Shell didn't really have any like white mages, and I play red mage, and I was like, I can only heal you guys so much. Like you're gonna have
Terra.
to take care of
Sorry,
yourselves.
Terra is made in Korea.
Wow.
Oh, that explains it. It's budget Japan. That's good.
Yeah. I don't even think that game got a Japanese release, according to Wikipedia here. It got released in Korea,
all
North
hate each
America,
other
and Europe and Russia.
Well, enough about Final Fantasy. Let's talk about Final Fantasy VII.
No.
Final Fantasy VII house. Okay? Actually,
Enough about Final Fantasy. Anyway, Final Fantasy VII House.
Anyway, Final Fantasy VII house was a house, I think. Anyway, let's talk about Deus Ex. I've been playing that. A
You
classic.
asshole! You were fucking leading us along this entire thing.
A classic. What? I'm not
Speaking
leading you
of
along. I
Square
just don't feel like
Deus
talking.
Ex.
Well, then why the fuck?
Yeah, it was a bit.
You're a fucking stinker, Matt. I
I'm
hate
a
you.
I kind
Stinker.
of figured.
Well, yeah.
He wants to name this episode the Final Fantasy VII House for real this time, we promise.
Yeah.
You know, I mostly just watch race cars with my Sundays, right? I'm so glad that I'm missing this.
I know. Wait, is that starting soon?
The only tweets
No,
I see
there are
you
no
do
race
anymore,
cars
Kate,
this Sunday.
are how you're mad about race cars and how they're not going around the track anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't know what else to talk about. It's race cars.
I
are
got
fun.
Deus Ex. I can talk about that real quick. I just
Yeah,
want to
fine.
talk about how I think I mentioned this before because I always talk about things I'm going to talk about on the show on Fridays with Kate. But
Oh yeah, so he's got to like preview it for me.
yeah, see, yeah, you're my test audience. No, I just
No,
want,
we got a comment recently on one of our videos where it was just like, I like these. It's just like a podcast with a game in the background. I'm like, yeah.
yeah.
So now I know why. It's because it's a test run for this.
Mm-hmm. No,
You
I just
asshole.
want to say, like, Deus Ex is so fucking, like, the story is so unbelievable and so unrealistic. You got a
bet it's real
global
life.
pandemic. Yeah, that would happen. They have a vaccine that only the elites can have, and it's being controlled by a shadow government. Okay, guys.
And everyone's addicted to soy food.
Yeah, everyone's eating soy food. Everyone's poor. Whatever. No, it's
I can live with that as long as I get my cyber legs and I
Yeah.
can just jump
same.
across the map.
Same.
Single bound.
I can live with that as long as I can make a shitty low-res pog face.
That, and I can live with it as long as that when this happens, all the women have hot bodies and meth faces, and they wear what?
Not gonna happen.
Oh,
That's the only thing they got wrong is that women are still hot in the future.
yeah. And they all wear
Yeah, now we're
like
off
torn. They wear torn up like under boob titty shirts, which is awesome.
Oh, I told you guys my theory about why bikini armor is actually super empowering, right?
No, maybe not. I don't know.
Bikini armor is super empowering because it implies that like the bare female body can withstand a ton of attacks from like various weaponry and magic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually the most empowering thing of all time. I'll take my Pulitzer Prize now.
Who I want who still complains about that stuff besides losers?
I know, but it's a funny thing to like throw out there just in case
Not really.
sexists come
I
out.
mean, the thing is, Matt, there's a lot of losers
Oh,
right now, and they're making everything not awesome for the rest of us.
yeah. Well, at least that's why. I mean, that's why I retreat back into the '80s.
That's my argument also with Abby from The Last of Us 2 not being badass, because like some of my friends in the PSN chat were like, dude, Abby's kind of badass though. She can like choke out a clicker with her arms. And I'm like, if you're a chick and you have to look like Brock Lesnar to be a badass, that's not badass.
Yeah.
I don't see
You
how
have to
that's
be
a
something you're not.
realistic.
Yeah.
How is that a realistic body type in the fucking apocalyptic way? Like, where's she
That's-
gonna get
yeah.
the roids?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I thought
Like,
she
I
was.
haven't played the game, but like, all I've seen is screenshots of her getting railed in the ass, and it's
Yeah,
like
it's-
truly
It's
disturbing.
pretty hot. No,
Yes.
that's why I thought That's why I thought, like, I was like, oh, she must be trans. She must be male to female.
Everyone
No, but I'm
thought
serious because I'm like, there's no, because I was thinking that I was like, obviously thinking too hard about it, but I'm like, where would she get the? Then I was like, where'd she get the fucking testosterone to be that huge? There's
Exactly.
women cannot physically be that big unless they're working out constantly and they take testosterone and they just have the genes for it. Like,
Right.
it's just impossible, especially like you said in the apocalypse. Where the fuck? I don't
And
care how
clearly
many
she doesn't
fucking
have the
people you
genes
choke
for it.
out.
I don't know.
Clearly,
Like,
she
she looks like she
to look like that
right
because her dad was a fucking doctor that died like a bitch.
That's different. That's a different character.
Anyway,
Right.
I mean, I guess you
Thanks.
could say it's not realistic for. I mean, it's definitely not realistic for anybody in like Mad Max or Fist of the North Star to be as big as they are either. But I mean, that's kind of part of the joke. No one points to that and says, "Wow, that's realistic," because those movies and shows themselves aren't realistic. But people are like,
Yeah,
pointing to
the Last of Us is trying.
saying that it's like, yeah, I know. Let me get to it before you fucking tell me what my thoughts are. It's
No, I have to say the smart thing before you
all right,
do.
fine. Go ahead, tell me what I think.
If they're gonna make a game where they go so far as to make that character have a fear of heights, so if you walk up to a ledge that's high up and look down, she'll start having vertigo in the game.
That's retarded.
Then yeah, it's realistic.
Okay, I didn't even know about that. That's real stupid.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so much. That sounds like so much
You can-
fun.
you can literally like open safes in that game without knowing the combination by listening for specific clicks when you turn the dial, which is cool.
Yeah.
But also, why isn't the game good?
The funny thing is too, it's like it's not like Joel was like a muscle-bound beefcake. He was just like a guy who used to work construction and has like old man strength.
Yeah,
I think the difference with the men though is that like men are like just by biochemistry they're like naturally inclined to be more muscular and more athletic.
Oh, it's
like,
more believable. It's more realistic.
It's not realistic, but it is plausible.
It's plausible,
right?
yes.
So
If it's the
whereas
apocalypse and you're
this lady, she's got to have a clit big enough to like actually penetrate Neil Druckmann, right?
oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
All that testosterone because it's like
Cocktail weenie.
I'm just saying it's not badass if your female character has to look like Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 5 in order to be
I don't know.
badass.
I mean, it
Hey,
doesn't
Adam
matter
Badass,
really.
she
It's
looks like a
tell
woman.
me that's like any sort of like attainable body shape just because she doesn't have D cups, right? Like,
Yeah.
2B looks like a woman and can take down giant robots the size of a
Kate,
skyscraper.
women don't actually have large breasts in real life. I don't know if you know this, but everyone's
no,
a
no,
gay
they
couple.
don't. No, they
What?
don't.
But all the porn you share.
Speaking of large tits, though, like I feel like the Tomb Raider reboot is like a good example of how you do this right, because like Lara's like taking down all these mercenaries and guys, but in that game she gets the shit beat out of her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
she's like impaled and clawed to death
I
and
need to argue
shot.
that that's
Like,
badass compared to Abby.
yeah, it is.
And she's
It's
so
great.
hot. That's
I
what's
love
so great
girls that
about it.
cry
I
and get
still
beaten
want to
up.
frick her.
Huh?
I still want to frick her.
Yeah. Only Lara Croft in the first reboot. The rest of the reboots, she doesn't look good.
Oh man, I saw a source filmmaker video where she's like all tied up with like wooden stakes in the ground.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hachi-machi.
That's a good one.
Is that when the Lilliputians came out?
What?
What?
Gulliver's Travels, asshole, with the little.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
it was a
Look,
source
so-
filmmaker video of Jack Black getting fucked as he's tied down.
Oh,
Yeah, because
sweet.
Jack Black is where the fucking Gulliver's Travels come from, Mitch.
He was in that shitty Gulliver's Travels movie.
I know that, Mitch.
I wish someone had sent me the that big poster for that movie. That'd been pretty cool.
What Gulliver's Travels?
Yeah, of like Jack Black tied down. I don't know. It was cool. It's like
You
this,
can put it right in front of your computer in your jack off throne.
yeah, my jack off throne. My four
Your
monitor
jack
jack
off
off throne.
station.
I love having 4 monitors for jacking off.
Dude, you have 4 monitors. I just saw this one artist I really like, RiceNet. He, she, they. I'm not sure what gender they are. Posted their setup, and they literally have like 5
Oh
monitors.
shit.
I know.
Well, I kind of want, like, eventually when this other... It won't, because TVs seem to not go bad. But if for some reason the TV... I got a third television, I would put one of them on top of my setup here so that I could just have a big fucking screen to play games
Here.
on.
I'm posting the
don't
picture in
like
question in general so you can see it. It's fucking ludicrous.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I would
couldn't-
do, but I
couldn't
like...
handle that.
instead
too
of
much.
the regular sized monitor above the other one, I would have like a big 42-inch above.
Ooh, yeah. I am thinking about upgrading my PC too. I think I'm gonna finally pull the trigger, get like a 1080 or a 2080 Super with like a decent CPU. Because I can't play some games with my buddies because like I can't run them because my CPU is not good enough.
Always
And
forget.
that's the only thing that's really out of date. Like I have a GTX 960. I could probably still run some shit on low settings with that. But if I'm gonna spend the money to upgrade the CPU, which means I also have to upgrade the motherboard, I might as well just get a graphics card while I'm at it.
Well, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I rebuilt. I mean, I basically got an entirely new computer because Christina's laptop is such a horrible piece of shit. I was like, look, I've been wanting to get a new PC. I'll use this as an excuse to get myself a new one so I can give you my old one. I mean, my old one.
She finds all the porn on it.
There's no porn. I don't save porn. Not really.
Yeah. What do you think he is, a fucking degenerate?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he'd have like a like 4 gig folder that he uses as a slideshow screensaver.
No, it's like
That's what I did in college.
Yeah, Matt has not left college in his brain. You know that,
I
right?
printed
Well, I haven't
out
looked
pictures.
at
I
it
printed
for
out
my
pictures on the printer and I put them up on my wall.
Oh, there you go. He's still there. It is mine. I don't know. I got about halfway through upgrading my PC, and then I realized I don't actually play new games. So what am I doing this for?
I don't either.
So
but-
so I have like a motherboard and some other things like just sitting there that I haven't even installed yet, which I probably should because it's starting to get kind of like old and shitty. But just for convenience's sake. But I decided to put the money into like getting a new TV and like surround and all that stuff instead because I'll actually use that.
Yeah. Well, playing Deus Ex is hysterical because it's like saving loading. Like there's no. But I am getting some strange stuttering when there's like a lot of particle effects, like fog. It was really funny because it was the level where you're supposed to go to Hong Kong, but you land on the roof of your brother's apartment to go see him. And it was stuttering, I guess, just because of the draw distance or whatever. And I accidentally stepped off of the ladder, fell 3 floors onto a garbage can, shattering the garbage can and killing the rat inside and dying. And it was just like, it was the funniest shit. Just, because whenever you die, it does like the camera spin over your fucking...
What a shame.
What a shame. That game is still fucking great, though. Seriously. I'm not even halfway through the game. I figured out why I never finish it whenever I try to replay it, because I played 17 hours of the fucking game already. And I'm just now going to Hong Kong.
Well, how much time did you spend fucking around at UNATCO and like bothering people and locking them in the closet and stuff? Like
none. I just explore everything.
Yeah, and those that engine and those games specifically, like Thief and System Shock 2, are like built for exploration and just finding out little nooks and crannies.
I mean, I get that with we did like Vice City, like that.
Wow.
Oh.
One at a time,
this is
children.
Technically, I was talking.
Mitch goes first.
No, it's in silence, and now we have to kiss.
Okay.
No, Kate actually talked because I talked over her.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like I got the same thing with when we played Vice City, which I think is probably still on the channel from years ago. Like playing that on my PC, like when they give you that like postcard loading screen and you go from one island to the other, it was like like half a second it was up. And you run into the same problem with that game where because fall damage is calculated based on frame rate instead of time, so like the amount of frames that you're falling is how much damage it is. So like if you don't know that and you crank it up way too high, you can like step off a curb and fucking just die because your foot was off the ground for however many frames.
700 frames.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a way to fix it. The only one thing I saw to try was set the some kind of cache up to like 256 instead of it was set at 4.
Well, I mean, I played Deus Ex like just off the disc for like probably a year or two ago, and it worked out fine. But I installed like update mods that changed it for like widescreen support and stuff like that, like the fan patches and things. So like I don't know if they like just like fixed that for modern systems.
Oh yeah, I'm playing it off of Steam, so I'm sure all that stuff. I didn't even notice that it must be full screen because I haven't noticed.
Yeah, there's lots of mods out there for your DSX needs. So I think they probably fixed that without me knowing it, basically.
Yeah. I wish I still had my big box version of Deus Ex. I threw away the box.
Yeah, I don't have the big box. I just have the Game of the Year jewel case.
Yeah.
So it's not
Because
worth
I got
anything.
like the fake newspaper that came with it, and I think I still have that somewhere.
Yeah, the only big boxes I still have are for Final Fantasy XI, Baldur's Gate, and I have Morrowind. A big long box. I don't know where that came from. I think that might be John's actually.
We
But
were
PC
playing
games are
some,
worth like fucking nothing if you don't care about the big box. It's great.
we were playing some Master Chief Collection, and for some reason, all the Halo 1 maps were running like absolute dog shit.
Mm.
And we found out why. It's because apparently they just ported over the code from Gearbox doing the Halo 1 port for PC.
Oh, the
But like
So
20 years ago,
Gearbox does suck.
those lazy dog fuckers. Holy shit.
So like anytime we would be playing Master Chief Collection, like Halo 2, Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo 3 maps ran perfectly fine even on my fucking potato of a system. We'd get in a Halo 1 map and I would be seeing it in fucking stop motion. It's ridiculous.
So the gorilla that I've been seeing screenshots of, it's a brute, right?
Yes.
But
it's
whenever
supposed-
I Google that, I cannot find any images of it. Did they pull it?
I don't know. I don't know how you didn't see all the fucking memes going around.
No, I
Like,
see
it
the
was
memes, but if I specifically try to search Google for the new design of the brutes, I cannot find an image of them.
It might be a screenshot on like Steam, but yeah, they might have pulled it because it got such negative attention at this point. I don't know if they did, but that falls in line with what game companies do now.
Can that be the
We
banner?
also played a bit of Civ 6. That was fun.
What game?
Civilization 6.
Oh, fuck. The only
Yeah.
Civ game I ever played was 2, but I did love it.
I was having fun with Civ 6. I'm going for a religious victory. You can name your religion, so I just named it Big Dick Energy.
Did
Did you fucking kill him? What the hell was that noise?
I just dropped something. Is Gandhi still as bloodthirsty as ever in Civ 6?
Probably.
Okay.
We just had it pick random leaders for us. So like I was Norway, Craig was America, and then Cameron was Spain.
Well, when I played Civ 6, I don't know about Gandhi, but like everybody tried to come after me. No, I
Yeah,
played with
specifically-
the AI because I have no friends, but like I picked Rome and like Brazil was trying to kill me and shit. Like everybody hated me. Eventually, they all declared war on me for no fucking reason. I just minded my own business. Like I just want to build cities and shit.
There's specifically like an old glitch that they just kept in as like a funny Easter egg where like Gandhi was like his aggression was like as low as possible.
on
But
Friday.
if you did something that like lowered his aggression by like 2 more points, it would like wrap around to 255 and just basically make him like a nuke hungry warmonger. So they just kept that in every other game because they thought it was funny.
I got nothing now. I'm done.
Oh, so the Final Fantasy VII house, there's some guy in New York who thought he was Zach Fair or something.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was
I haven't
some
made any
I
fucking
thought it was
progress.
mean girls that thought that the guy was Zach Fair and he didn't want to be.
I don't fucking know. I haven't made much progress in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm about to get to the wall market part, so I get to see cross-dressing Cloud, but
Oh, tasty.
yeah.
Oh,
I'll never play that.
did
under any
you?
circumstances.
Well, yeah, because it's not finished. It's not a finished game.
Well, I mean, yes, but also just because it's so different than what Final Fantasy VII actually is that I'm not interested in it. Basically,
Yeah. Dude, there's a fucking okay. So you know the part where you walk through that like rubble with Aerith, and there's like the giant mechanical arm.
Mhm.
It's like one part of a very small map. Like there's a part in the remake where you have to do like multiple puzzles where you use those giant mechanical arms to move boxes around, which isn't fun. But then on top of that, you get like 3 characters that come out and do this dumb scene where it's like, duh, boss, I don't know what the fuck. And I'm like, are these named characters? Like, because they're named. I'm like, are these main characters? What the hell? And they all have bandanas around their faces with like Tetsuya Nomura fucking tribal artwork on them. And then I find out that like literally they're just introducing the bandit type enemy, but they give them like a full voice cutscene. I'm like, what the fuck?
What's the point of that?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Matt and I talked about this probably on one of our Resident Evil 4 videos recently, but like it's just the thing with like the Final Fantasy VII remake, Resident Evil 2, like they've changed the gameplay so much from the original versions that they're not really the same game anymore, and like because of that, I'm not interested in them as remakes because I'd rather just play them on PS1. It's different than the Resident Evil 1 remake, which is the same game but really, really polished and looking nice.
Like,
that
are,
to me is a perfect remake, but these things, the reimaginings or whatever, I don't care about that.
Yeah, like they're interesting in that they are like, oh, what did they change here and there? Or what did they add here and there? But like Final Fantasy VII Remake just adds too much fluff. Like the second reactor bombing is like 4 in-game chapters. It's ridiculous.
Well, they got to pad it out so they can sell you like 27 episodes.
I know.
Because, that's what I've heard. Like at the pace they're going, by the time they get to the fucking northern crater and you actually have the last fights and stuff, like it's gonna be like unfathomably long.
It could be, yeah. And I hope it's not, but that's the way it looks so far. But it's just like, yeah, if anyone asks me, oh, should I play Final Fantasy VII or the remake? I'm like, just play the original. 1, it's a complete game. 2, you're not gonna get what you would get out of the remake if you don't play the original anyway. So
yeah, I hear there's a bit of sort of a rebuild of Evangelion thing going on.
That's what I'm hearing. I haven't gotten to that shit yet, but some of the characterization, like Aerith almost kind of acts like she knows what's gonna happen. It's weird. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I said wouldn't it be cool if she killed Sephiroth instead?
I just want to get to see when she hits Don Corneo with a fucking folding chair.
That's pretty cool.
Jeez. Well, I don't know. I like my Lego People PS1 version. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, I played that game for the first time last year and I loved it.
Those blind box,
it's great.
Those blind box figures are pretty cute.
Yeah, I want those fucking low poly blind box figures. Those are great.
The best one is Final Fantasy IX, and I'm pretty sure that 8 and 9 you can still buy like new copies of for PS1 for like $20 off the Square store because they keep printing them. That and Chrono Cross. I don't know why.
9 is good. I don't understand the people who say it's the best one because I think like half the characters barely exist. Like Amaranth, like might as well not even be in that game by the time he gets to the party.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I like
Quinn is like a weird, goofy character. Like the only characters I actually care about in 9 are like maybe Zidane, the rat chick, I forget her name, and
Freya.
Vivi, and that's it.
Yeah, well, okay, but Freya and Vivi are awesome. And I don't know. It's like it has a good battle system, and
it has a good battle system.
It's got a good story. It's very cozy. Yeah, I mean, I'll admit the party isn't really as great as it can be, but when your competition is 7, which is like partly ruined because of Hot Topic kids, and then 8, which is Hot Topic kids.
So when I was playing through 7 after I played 9, I thought 7 was better in that like when whatever her fucking name is summons the giant summon that like destroys that one town, it didn't seem to have the same gravity to me as like when the Sector 7 plate falls.
Yeah.
Personally.
Well, yeah. Well, 9 just has a lighter tone anyway. Like even the bad shit that happens in 9, like doesn't have that same weight to it. Also, it's hard when your villain is like this blue-skinned fucking hag that's like 1,000 pounds. So.
Well, it's that, and then there's the androgynous guy, and then there's Necron who literally comes out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah,
it's a cool fight. Don't get me wrong. And I beat it in the best way possible, where like Zidane hit trance at the last possible second before I was gonna die, and I got off like a limit break right before and killed him right before I was going to die. So that was awesome. But
squeaky bum time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, they should have ended the game with like Kuja and Garland and stuff. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking...
I don't know. I like 9. It's not my favorite. I think I even like 4 better than 9, to be fucking honest.
I think my absolute favorite is 10, and I know that gets me fucking crucified anyway. So
no, I mean, I understand.
So I'll just accept it.
10's fine. I just think like it's betrayed by the fact that it was the first 3D one and it was the first one with voice acting.
Not the first 3D one.
You know what I mean? It's the first like fully 3D one without like a ton of pre-rendered back. I don't even know. 10.
It's a tube from one end of the game to the other with cutscenes in between.
And everyone looks and acts like they're from Jupiter.
Yeah, but it's great.
It is.
I even like 10 too. That dress sphere system is bellissimo. That's the best battle system they've had since 5.
I like 12.
12's good too.
I like 12 a lot.
I just wish that they didn't have to like shoehorn Vaughn and Pinello into the story because
no, and that's what everyone says.
A game about Ash and Bosch and Balthier is like A+.
Yeah.
But
seriously,
everyone else can jump in the creek.
Yeah, well, they literally put Vaughn and Pinello in there, so it's like, well, you don't have like a relatable character like for kids.
That's why I said
they make fucking Aladdin, but not cool.
Aladdin was never cool. Like, let's be honest here.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
He's a street rat.
Yeah, cool street rat.
Hey, I don't buy that.
And he's got a ball sack for pants.
Yeah.
Please no.
Oh, actually, I beat Monster World 4. I love that game.
Oh yeah.
This is the part where Kate. No, because she's got a ball sack for pants too.
Kate
I
does.
don't. What do you?
What?
Kate has a ball
What?
sack for pants.
No, I was gonna say this is the part where Kate loses her shit because I'm talking about a Genesis game.
No.
Oh, I'm
don't know
sorry.
what
I thought
the
you
fuck
said
you're talking about.
Monster.
Oh,
Hunter.
that one. Yeah. Okay. I never
Yeah,
played any
awesome.
of those.
Oh, that
It-
sucks. Monster
yeah.
World 4.
It is pretty cool. I haven't played a whole lot of it, but I like it. The animation in it and the the graphics and all that kind of stuff are really cool. And it plays
It's
well.
so cute.
Yeah.
You get the little Pepe Lugo or whatever it's called, and then you like use it to solve puzzles. It's cute.
I think it's on the SNES, but there's a yokai hunter game where you have like a little. It kind of looks like the what's that thing from Yu-Gi-Oh? The vase
Karibo?
of greed.
Oh, Pot of Greed.
Pot of greed. It kind of looks like that, but you can suck up ghosts into it, and it's
Oh,
pretty
really?
cool.
I mean, I only played this because it was on the Sega Genesis Mini, but I'm like, man, that main character's cute, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And I guess it's
I was
technically
playing
a
it because I've been
Wonderboy game?
stealing games from the internet like a criminal.
Yeah, I guess Monster World 4 is like technically a Wonder Boy game. They just didn't call it Wonder Boy for some reason.
Yeah, I guess it's a girl.
Yeah, but it's cute. It's got a lot of good humor. Like the bad guys, like the evil wizards, are just standing around in town, and they'll just be like, "Ha ha ha! Everything is going perfectly to plan." Oh shit! Did I just say that out loud?
Ice cream.
Yeah, I like that
Oh.
game. Good.
Good.
I also
Glad
beat
you like-
Streets of Rage 2. I think I told Matt about that last week or last time though.
Which
Is-
game?
Streets of Rage 2.
Oh,
He's like Mitch today. You've become a man.
Oh no, I was playing Streets of Rage 2 before we did the show last week, and then I didn't beat it because I'm bad at beat 'em ups, and then I finally beat it.
would you beat it on easy, like a faggot?
Normal.
Oh, all
Like
right.
a baby's toy.
What'd you think?
It's good. I mean, it's a good game. I'm not a big fan of beat 'em ups, but that's a good one.
Yeah, like we talked about last 2 weeks ago, a lot of beat 'em ups are bad. Actually, I was talking about this with Kate yesterday. How the biggest sin for me is when enemies have a larger attack. I don't know what you'd say, an attack box.
Like a larger hit.
So,
Your
like-
hitbox gets hit easier from a distance than their.
Yeah, and it's like so you're like trying.
Call it a bird box when it's an attack.
Huh?
whatever. I don't play fighting games because I don't have a brain tumor.
Right, exactly.
So do I.
So it's like you have to constantly, like, you can't just stand there and punch. I mean, I guess maybe that's the idea, but still, it's annoying.
Yeah, I'm no good at them either. I mean, that like beat 'em ups, shoot 'em ups, pretty much anything that you have to do something 'em ups. I'm not good at. So I don't know why we've been playing them on our on the channel lately, but really fucking shouldn't.
I forget what I wanted to play next on the Sega Genesis Mini. Maybe Dynamite Heady because I never played that.
Play Beyond Oasis if you haven't and you like Aladdin.
I really want to play Beyond Oasis. Yeah, I played a little bit of it on like the Steam app where you have all the Genesis games, and I liked it so far.
It's
But
fucking great.
and then because there's also a lot of shit I want to play on the TurboGrafx Mini that I got. So like Snatcher that I won't be able to read in English.
Yeah.
Holy shit! So yeah, so that's the story. In the far off days of 2018, when we went to England, one of the things I did on my last day in London was go around to all the used places and just like
shit.
rid of shit. No, I know. I like plundered the place of like games and DVDs and stuff because like a lot of consoles nowadays are region free and some of that shit is cheap. Like I got like Siren Blood Curse for PS3, which does not come out here. But no, in the window, Tony and I saw fucking. They had a copy of Snatcher for, I think it was PS1 or something. They wanted like £300 for it, and Tony and we were looking at each other, thinking like, we got to grab a brick and like smash this window because we're never gonna see this again. It was a terrible temptation. I don't know. I mean, what are they gonna do to me? Deport me?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, I'm not coming back anyway.
Or maybe you have a license to smash that thing with a brick.
Just
I
claim
do have a license to smash that with a brick.
claim diplomatic immunity.
I totally will. I totally will too. And like Tony can vouch for me as a subject of the realm and shit. Like I'd be fine. I just have to go home, which I was doing anyway. Like, yeah, it's the biggest regret.
If
that I
only it
didn't
was
commit.
that easy, huh? Like I have nothing left to lose. I'm going home, so I'm just gonna do a bunch of crime while I'm still in Europe.
Well, I mean, we almost got stranded in Germany, so I was like pretty fucking close to considering it. So
Damn.
Why?
we why? Because so to get to Aachen, we had to fly into Frankfurt, then take the train to Cologne, then take the train to Aachen from Cologne. So the train from the Frankfurt airport to Cologne, like it's part of your same ticket, right? And so when we were on the return trip, Cologne's like ticket printer for like the airline thing was fucked up and broken. So we had to like just get on the train and try to like reassure the person that yes, we were supposed to be there, which is what like the ticket agent told us to do. And I'm like, I don't know what this. I just tried to turn in a dinner token and I was in trouble for that. So we did actually make it out of Germany. Where we actually got stranded was Seattle. We missed our flight because customs was so backed up.
Oh man, you must have been fucked over. When was this?
Last summer.
Okay, so it was still a degenerate hellhole, but not quite like
Was it
is
suddenly last summer?
Yeah. It was suddenly season last summer. And we got home. We just bit the bullet and just like bought tickets on the next flight to Vancouver. But it was just like I fucking hate America so much right now.
I want to stop.
Okay.
We can stop because I got to go pick up a pizza.
Oh fuck! A child or an actual pizza?
No, a pizza. You fucking filming?
Oh, okay.
It didn't say it was cheese pizza.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not cheese pizza. It's a supreme pizza.
Is that like
So what's that code for?
a 19-year-old? So,
Yes, with
barely legal.
titters.
Ooh.
So what's a meat lover then?
I hate that Matt's into clown porn now.
And who said I was into clown porn?
You did with your posts.
They're just cute girls in clown makeup. What's the?
I hate it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. No. We can't stop now. You have to explain yourself. What the fuck?
Explain what? It's not like that's the weirdest thing I'm
I am
horny
just
over.
kidding you actively.
It's actually the weirdest thing. Yes,
Really?
it is. Out of you? Yeah, I mean, you are, despite being a serial masturbator, pretty fucking vanilla as far as nerdy guys go. I don't know what this shit is. You gotta have an intervention.
Oh no,
I
you
won't
haven't seen the shit he's also been sharing where it's like this one artist who draws chicks with freckles and like
Huge floppy
areolas
butters.
with huge dinner plate fucking boobs.
I just think that's.
No,
All right, it's
Steam
not
has a
funny.
free
I
game.
think it's hot.
Wait, Steam has a free game called Big Titty Goth GF Simulator, and it's basically drawn by like one of those people where they draw the ass and the tits so big that it's no longer hot and it's like a mental disease.
Cool. So we already have the title of the show. And yeah, Final Fantasy VII House for real this time, we promise. And but just name it. Just that's like in small text under Final Fantasy VII House. Okay.
So do you guys still have like hour-long fights about titles and banners and stuff?
Not hour long. Usually it's just like what rhymes with cum, and then
Yeah.
I just have this dim memory of like 2012. I think
Oh,
we
yeah.
had
Well, 'cause
Dave
Alex
on
was
or
involved.
something, and we had this like, and he was a guest, and he had to sit through us like fighting for like an hour and a half about something.
Alex was involved and he had to do the banner art. So, and you know Alex.
Well, then
so.
should we call it Final Fantasy Cum House?
No.
Okay.
Oh, so funny.
I think it's
What's the
funny. I
banner
like
art
cum.
though? Do you want me to go over the show notes so we can think of an idea for what I have to
Go
draw?
over the show notes anyway, but I kind of wanted us all as Halo brutes. But go ahead.
Yeah, that'd be easy too, because there's a problem.
So we are all gorillas again. That's what you're telling me.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a 3-headed Jewish gorilla.
No. But I like it.
I like how you're laughing and you just quickly throw it a no.
You're just gonna have to cannibalize old banners and put them together in different ways.
Show notes,
Essentially.
what Kate's been up to, Animal Husbandry, the Final Fantasy VII House, horror movies, Women Aren't Funny, The Lost Boys, Stair Track, Germany, Hollow Man / Invisible Man, Elle is Real 2401, Final Fantasy 11, Deus Ex, Badass Women, Battle Stations, Final Fantasy, and Doing Crime in Europe. I like how I have 3 different Final Fantasy show notes in here.
You know, you guys should have called it Elle is Real 2049, but
Nah.
No,
Oh,
we have
come
to call
on.
back at this dumb dipshit.
no, I know. I'm just saying if it was a week where you were free, it's too
Can I
good of a
go on
pun to
Go
pass up.
Animate? Oh, no, wait. Can I please go on to the thing that lets you create a Family Guy version of yourself and use that to create us as Star Trek characters? Because that's stupid show.
Please, God, no.
I want us to be those brutes, but like maybe.
Holy crap, Lois! Look who's at our door. It's the 4th chairman of the Togo clan, Kiryu Kazuma.
I want to be a clown brute with huge tits.
Oh no!
And I want Kate to be a horse.
A horse.
and you could be Luigi or something.
A horse? Not even a horse brute. I'm just a horse.
A horse.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever, fine.
A horse with like your dumb ponytail.
Like, that's my mane, you idiot.
Yeah. I like it.
Sometimes they braid their manes. It's fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes they try to braid their tail too, but I'm too scared they'd fart on me.
I go like really realistic with it, and I draw you like Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron.
Perfect.
It would be pretty funny to have a super realistic horse with us as fucking cartoony brutes.
Well, I could just get like a picture of a horse.
Yeah,
and then
put a
just,
fucking-
oh no!
like,
I go on
I have
DeviantArt and I
actual
find some girl who drew like a really realistic horse with like chiaroscuro shading and all that shit.
Ooh, just steal it.
Yeah.
I'll steal it. No one
No
will
one will
ever
ever
know.
know. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna be like, you stole my artwork? And I'm like, yeah, fag.
No, you gotta. My favorite line, my favorite scene in the Iron Giant is when he jumps into the water and it sweeps the guy out into the street, and the guy in the truck stops and says,
Beeps him.
"You know you're in the you're in the street, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
but you got yeah." God, that's so funny.
Best fucking scene in that movie.
It is. It really is. Yeah. Yeah.
Even better than when the guy's like, hog.
Does Disney own that now?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's a Warner Brothers joint.
Yeah,
actually.
it is because I watched it on HBO Go. Max. I'm sorry, HBO Max Go.
I thought it was owned by Fox for some reason.
Maybe
No,
it
it's
is.
Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was in Ready Player One.
Ugh.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay, so Banner is Matt is a clown brute.
You gotta not indulge.
Can you
that.
leave?
Yeah, indulge my fetish.
Wait, so you're a clown brute? Do I have that right?
Yeah.
Matt is a brute from Halo Infinite, but a clown with huge tits. Kate is just a realistic horse with her hair cut. And Mitch, do you say I'm a brute too, or
You can be whatever you want, Mitch.
I'm gonna be a brute with clouds shit on it?
With cloud
Mitch-
shit on it? That's gross.
Also a brute, but dressed as Cloud. Strife.
Oh, we should be inside a house that says Final Fantasy VII on it.
Perfect. Yeah. Fair. Mitch, though, you gotta draw the horse realistic with pencil.
But then how do I draw you with huge tits?
The horse?
No,
horse?
you.
Have the
horse
tits.
But tits could fit in the house, can't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you can't see them if we're in a house.
Well, maybe he'd be hanging them out the window. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
This is too much.
You guys are the living end.
I find
Can
you have to be inside a house.
Can Kate be sticking her horse head out of a house that says Final Fantasy VII house?
Yeah, we should all be sticking our heads and other appendages out of the house.
No, we're outside the house because I
No,
need to draw
we're
Matt
in
with
the
huge
house.
tits.
Matt just
We're
said
in
he
the Final
wanted to
Fantasy
stick
VII
in the
house.
I want my body to be the Big Milk shirt or whatever the fuck that template.
Oh, Mega Milk.
The Mega Milk. Yeah.
Wait, how would you were not wearing clown shit?
No, I don't want it to say Mega Milk. That's the template, right? Just have the template of the
Say,
brute
Mega
head.
Honk or something.
Wait, you want to be drawn holding your tits like the Mega Milk girl?
Yeah, but I'm a
But with
clown.
a brute face.
Yeah, and I'm a
it's
clown.
like, I hate you. Okay, hold on. That is a brute from Halo Infinite with a clown with huge tits.
Mitch, don't complain. You told me when I made you do the Choaniki thing. You said
No,
you were sick of having
hold on.
memes for banners. And
Hold
here
on.
you are.
Hold on. Which Mega Milk pose? Is it the one where she's like throwing her arm over her shoulder and like she has her eyes closed with like her mouth open, or is it the one where she's grinning and holding her tits up to her little brother?
The grinning with holding her tits up. That's the only one I'm aware of.
Oh,
I've only heard the tits one, yeah.
because I was also thinking of, if I can find it, I was also thinking of this one. Copy image, paste image. I was also thinking of this one.
Oh,
Which I don't know.
that
That
fine.
one's cuter.
Yeah. But it would be funnier me doing the tits in your face and you're screaming because I'm a clown.
That
But
would
I'm
be
also the
sexually
brute,
aggressive.
right?
You could be a screaming brute.
Oh no! Wait! No! I'm Adam Jensen, or whoever the guy is from Deus Ex 1
Yeah.
with the soy face.
JC Denton?
JC Denton, yeah.
AC Denton, yeah. Hold on. Okay, so
Jesus Christ
Taylor
Denton.
Reed, of course, with her haircut, sticking her horse face, sticking her horse head out of a house labeled Final Fantasy 11.
So I can live in the Final Fantasy 11 house. And you
Yeah,
can
Final Fantasy 11.
house.
Mitch is JC Denton doing the soy face,
So,
but with,
I guess now it'd be called poggers.
well, yeah, but I know it's also the soy face. Mitch is
No, it's PogChamp is not the same thing as a soy grimace.
Oh, okay.
it's not, but like if you look at that low poly face, it could either be the soy face or the poggers.
Yeah.
Not enough goatee and beard for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though. You don't have to have a goatee and a beard to do the soy.
All right.
It's
God
fat.
damn. Don't
I thought you had to
care.
have a scraggly beard.
God damn.
Shut up.
I just want to be a clown brute.
Yeah,
Ugh.
God. I want to
Like
jerk off to
back-
myself as a fucking clown brute with huge
Did you see
tits.
Did you see? Oh, I'm also planning on doing an actual high quality sexy ducks picture for the Twitter picture.
Yeah, what the fuck? Do it. Yeah, man.
That
That I will definitely come at.
Comic. Did you see the clapback I also did where someone was saying like, oh, they're doing this Xbox showcase and I'm worried because Aaron Hansen is like one of the people, but apparently he was just doing it for the pre-show.
Mhm.
And I said, did he not read the teleprompter and then get mad when he didn't know what to say?
Wait, was he actually? Why do people
Yes.
still use him for things?
I don't know.
Because the people that decide who gets used for things like that are people who are like 50
What was
years old.
popular 10 years ago?
behind.
Game Grumps?
Yeah.
God.
True.
I remember when my son was on Newgrounds, that's what he used to like.